So today I'm going to be showing you just some easy tips on planting pointy succulents, like these couple cacti and this agave here. Sometimes it can be kind of frustrating with all the sharp little spines and you don't really want to poke yourself with them when planting. So we are just going to show you how we go about doing it. We're going to be working with just these three little plants and these 3D printed cute little pots, just some soil and some top coat pebbles, and just an extra little tool for planting. So the three plants we're working with today, we have a blue torch cactus, this is a whisker cactus, and then this, I'm not 100% positive, but I think it's an agave colorata. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is decide which plants I want in which pots. This wouldn't be a huge deal if you were working with all three of the same type of pot, but in this case this one is a different shape. And often you want to keep in mind when you're planting in something that gets smaller at the top and is wider at the bottom, that it's going to be hard eventually to pull that plant out without either damaging the plant itself or the pot. Some plants tend to have more intense root balls than others, so you want to be sure that you're going to be able to get whatever plant that is out further down the road. The second thing I'm going to do is take all these little guys out of their pots. You want to be careful when doing this, especially with the ones that have either the longer spines or that are covered in spines, because you don't want to poke yourself. So what I like to do is break down the root ball a little bit inside of the pot just by squeezing on it, and then try and shimmy it out of the pot, either just by laying it on the table or holding it over, say the dirt bucket that you're working with, so that it'll fall into the dirt and it won't damage any of the spines or the plant. So once I get all these plants removed from their pots, I'm just going to break down their root balls a little bit so that they'll fit inside of here. Normally you don't want to tear away too many of the roots when you're replanting something, but in this case we're doing it just for like more decorative purposes and not to like grow these plants to their larger mature sizes. So tearing off some of the roots to make them fit isn't going to damage them. It's just going to hinder their growth or slow their growth down a little bit. Okay, so then once I've gotten their root balls kind of broken up, they're ready to be planted. I'm just going to take a little bit of my fresh loose soil and put it into the bottom of each of the pots, and then I'm going to add my plants. This is where your screwdriver is going to come in handy, especially with really sharp pointy guys like this blue torch cactus. I'm going to handle him mostly from his root ball, but when it comes to putting him in the pot and kind of maneuvering him into position, you're going to want to use your screwdriver to kind of push up against the sides of him and to pack the dirt around so that you're not directly touching the needles with your fingers. So we have our plants all planted up. The last couple things we're going to do, we're just going to brush off the dirt from our pot and our plants a little bit, and then we're just going to add our rocks to finish it off. So we're all finished planting up our little pots. The last thing I do want to mention is that these pots don't have drain holes, so you'll just want to water them a little bit less than you would ordinarily, and then just put them in a spot that's going to receive a lot of bright sunlight or indirect light, and they'll be good to go. Thanks so much for watching.